pretending nothing's wrong for far too long. Say it out loud, like you really mean it now, 'cause this is the last time. We're at the crossroads, and I can't let it go. I try to make you stay,
Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. I am Joe, aka Phantom Meeple, as always, here for an impromptu Wednesday stream. I usually don't do these, but due to my guest's availability, I decided to flex a little bit. So, we are here today to showcase an amazing party game called Important Questions, made by the amazing Jack Rosetree. So, let me start with you, my friend. Introduce yourself, let us know what you've done, and anything you'd like the crowd to know about you.
Yeah, I'm Jack Rosetree. I've done a bunch of independent games, most of which are just available online in various places for free. I live in Indianapolis, and that's the short version. And I'm on Twitch very often as Dino Corgi.
Yes, the ever
Such a
elusive
great name.
Dino Corgi. That is just an amazing name. Like when I first saw you, I'm like, that is such a unique name. Like, is there a story behind it, or did you just kind of pull it out
I
of a
grew
hat
up
and
with
you went
corgis,
with
and I like dinosaurs.
Okay, that works.
Those are the best stories.
That is absolutely the best story. And of course, Jack has brought along some guests with them. Jamie, starting with you. Who are you?
Ooh.
And well, yeah, who are you?
Who am I? I'm Jamie Sabriel Flez, another game designer. I don't have nearly as many games. I'm the kind of designer where it's like I have my one game, and I do that one game, and that's it. And eventually the game will exist, and it'll be great. And when I'm not designing games, I'm training to be a voice actor, or watching anime, or playing video games, or working at a cute little grocery store. And that's my life.
And I will interject that Jamie's one game is an excellent game.
Yeah, I was about to say, is that one game you can talk about, or is that something still in development?
I can. It's kind of in development. It's on the tail end of development. It's called Fight Sequence, and it is a game about psychics thinking about fighting. So they build the fights in their heads in reverse. And so you build them in one direction, they resolve in another direction, and you can use psychic powers to manipulate the sequence to your advantage before it resolves. And it is very cool, and I'm very proud of it. And someday it will be out in the world, and then you too can be proud of it.
Well, that sounds like an amazing game. Is that kind of like some deck building programming mechanisms in there, or
not deck building, but yeah, it is reverse action programming for sure. But the decks are pre-constructed. So the way it works is each deck is a specific character, and each character does different things. And so you just pick up a deck, you shuffle it, and you play. And your deck is your health. And there is no board either. The board is like 3 cards that you can just sort of shift around. And so the entire game can fit in like a Magic deck box, basically. If you just pick any 2 characters, and all the tokens you need can fit in like a Commander deck box.
Well, that sounds absolutely amazing. I look forward to seeing that out in the wild.
Thanks.
Because that sounds like something I would totally play. And last and certainly not least, Jonathan. Who are you, and what do you do?
Thanks for having me. I'm Jonathan Gilmour. I'm a board game and RPG designer and developer. I've got like 30-some-ish games on market, and I think I'm working on 60-ish at the same time. So I do the opposite. Your way is much smarter.
That's amazing. Yeah, what games are you known for?
So my big ones are Dead of Winter, Dinosaur Island, and Kids on Bikes. Those are probably my 3 biggest ones.
Ooh, Dead of Winter.
I am a huge fan of Dinosaur Island. Absolutely love it.
Oh, thank you so much.
So much fun. Did you have a hand in World and the Roaring Ride as well, or just specifically Island?
Just Island and the expansion, and I did the development on Duelosaur, the 2-player dice game.
Okay, yeah, I have Duelosaur as well. That's seriously well done games. Favorites.
Thank you very much.
For sure. Let's say hello to everybody in chat real quick. We got Celestial Octopus. We got Wacky Tabaxi Tavern. Hello, Time Roller, Cosima, Dutch Yoda. Welcome in everybody, and anybody else that might be lurking. Always appreciate y'all hanging out and supporting the channel. So let's get to the meat and potatoes of what we're here for today. Important questions. I'm going to turn the floor over to you, Jack. So I'm going to switch the screen, and feel free to explain what we're going to be doing here.
Yeah. So we're all market researchers. And like any market researcher worth their salt, you don't really care what your questions are. You only care about the answers. So what's going to happen is the crux of the game is going to be taking some of these question cards and creating a question. Now, my question might be, how funny is a perfect fire truck? Maybe medium funny, I don't know. But the way that we answer these questions is going to be a number between 2.3 and 8.7. And the reason for that is that we will, in the live version of the game, have cards that are numbered 2 through 8. So there's only a certain space in which you can make those numbers. Now, I, as the market researcher, have a secret number that I have already randomly determined that I'm trying to get everybody to guess. Everybody's going to put in their numbers. If you get the ones digit right, you're going to get a point. If you get the ones and the tenths digit within 0.2 of my target number, you're going to get 2 points. And if you get it exactly, you're going to get 4 points. And then I'm going to get double the points of whoever gets the most points. So if somebody gets it exact, I get 8 points. If somebody gets it just in the same ones digit, I get 2 points. If nobody's anywhere near and I've made a terrible question, then I get no points. That's the short version. So I've already gotten myself a random number, so I'm gonna shuffle these up. I'll be the first market researcher.
Okay.
Beautiful,
And
beautiful.
I'm going to say, let's see.
So basically, to form your question, you're choosing 3 cards, and then in the order you want them in, correct?
Right. I'm going to say, how alert is a rusty stunt person?
Okay. Genius first question. That is fantastic. I love it.
All right. All right.
So everybody's going to come up with their rating, and then we're going to go around the metaphorical table, and you're going to declare what your rating is. And we can play, friendly. Everybody can say the same rating if they want, but we're going to do the once you lock in your rating, the next person can't say the same rating. So
okay.
So you have
challenge
to yeah, this is challenge mode. You have to be more or less correct than everybody else at the table.
That's the Price of Right rules.
Yes, Price of Right rules. Closest without going over.
And then chat, please feel free to also participate. We're going to be divvying out some random points to people in chat that get, in the neighborhood, and also bonus points to us if chat agrees with us, even if we aren't correct. So we'll start with Jamie. Jamie, do you have your rating for how alert is a rusty stunt person?
And while Jamie's getting their rating, real quick, chat, if you're going to play along, your number needs to be between 2.3, 8.7, and you cannot have repeating digits. So no 3.3s, so on and so forth.
All right.
No ones or nines.
Jack. Oh, no ones or nines. Don't do them. Banned. We hate them. Ones and
nines don't exist in marketing.
We only discriminate against ones and nines. So, all right, how alert is a rusty stunt person? Stunt people have a very dangerous job. And when they're on top of their game, they have to be super alert. If it was not a rusty stunt person, it would be the maximum rating, 8.7. But a rusty stunt person, I'm going to say it's a 5.2, which is a nice middle ground, I think. They're not going to be sluggish because they're a stunt person by trade.
Okay.
If they've been a little off their game, I imagine the number will go down gradually as the months go by, that they aren't stunting or being a person.
All right.
But once they regain their stunting and their personhood,
that works.
Right back up top there.
Cool. All right, Jonathan Gilmour, what do you think is the alertness of a rusty stunt person?
Oh, I think it's a 3.5.
Okay, going low.
All right.
I think it's not just an out of practice stunt person. It's been a while. They're rusty. It's not an overnight thing. So it's been years since they've done anything. They do have the muscle memory, so that gets them to 3. And the 5 is the 0.5 is kind of dependent on experience, but outside of that, the rest of it's gone.
Okay. And Joe, what do you got?
I gotta agree with Jonathan on here, but I went just a little bit higher. Like, definitely rusty that they're not on their A game, but they kind of know what they're doing by muscle memory. So I went 3.8.
Okay. Also low. Wacky Tabaxi Tavern says 4.3. So still on the low side, not super low.
I have so much confidence in this Rusty Stunt Person. Stunt Person, if you're out there.
You do have a lot of confidence in a Rusty Stunt Person.
Yeah,
but my number was 3.6.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
All right.
Good job, Jonathan. I felt like not only are they rusty, but they're probably rusty for a reason. Like they got out of the game because they got injured. And, maybe they've been around for a while and, they don't care. They're a stunt person. They've dealt with this before. They don't need to pay attention to all of this other stuff.
All right.
So points would be Jonathan would get 2 points for being within 0.2. I would get 4. And then Joe would get also 2 points for being within 0.2.
Yep. I have I've taken it upon myself to be the scorekeeper.
Oh, thank you, Jamie.
We'll
very
accept that.
kind of you. Cosima says, I just forgot about a live BGA game I have going on because I was so enthralled by this. See, look. We're entertaining. We're making people forget they have stuff going on.
Forget your worries and strife.
Yeah, hang out with us. We're just going to keep things amazing.
All right. Jamie, we're going to have you be the next market researcher.
All right. So I go to the secret number generator.
Yeah. So I'm gonna show everybody how to go to how to use the secret number generator real quick. So Joe, if you hit number 8, that'll take you to the secret number generator.
There we go.
All right. So you double click the deck. You're gonna hit Z to shuffle it, and then you're just gonna drag it over and drop it there, and it's gonna give you your secret number.
I was wondering how you were going to do the decimals. That's very cute.
Thank you. So I can shuffle it, bring them over, and 8.3. All right, and We'll throw them back on the deck. Everybody needs to leave the room except Jamie so that we don't know what secret number Jamie is getting.
All right. Okay. The number has been generated.
Okay. And we've got your new cards out and ready. We've got How Dead is an Automated Robot Learning About Friendship. How Innocent is a Love-Struck Minotaur. How Inaccessible is a Demonic Alien. How Timeless is an Unannounced Family Vacation. And How Modern is a Rather Sour Bowl of Hard Candies.
So Jack, I have to ask, how did you come up with just these random questions? Like, is this just something you pulled out of a hat, or is it something you?
I did a spreadsheet. I did a spreadsheet, and I did each individual field by itself. So, like, I went through the middle and wrote like rather sour, love struck, whatever, and then I randomized the whole list. And this is the cards I ended up with. Some of them make no sense. Some of them are eerily appropriate. So like an unannounced family vacation, I hate it.
Okay, so basically
it is the worst kind of family vacation.
Okay, so how did you come up with the questions to begin with before you kind of randomized them? Then is just something you took as suggestions from people, or stuff you came up with by yourself?
No, this was me just being a psychopath and sitting down in front of a spreadsheet for hours and hours. And it started off, I only made like 60 cards for the initial version, and then when I was putting it into Screen Top, I realized that based on the size of the cards and everything, that I could actually make 192 cards. And so I went through and added 132 fields for every single section of the questions. It took me days.
Oh my goodness.
So you'll see some of the wackier stuff when I really was running out of like ideas, or when I like had like covered all of the basic stuff, and I'm like, I don't know, robot learning about friendship. Here we go.
Yeah, like how like you're scraping the bottom of the barrel at some point. You have to.
Right.
Listen, no joke. Favorite card so far: robot learning about friendship. Very excited about it.
Okay, so
listen, anyone
so
in the chat, if you were wondering what it's like to be a game designer, designer, it is being a chaos gremlin in front of a spreadsheet for hours and hours on end. That
Yep.
is being a game designer incarnate.
Yes. All right. So it looks like you've got your question for us.
Yes.
All right. How
How
inaccessible? Sorry, I'll let you read it.
I was prepared. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. How inaccessible is a rather sour robot learning about friendship?
Ooh.
That is a fantastic question. Reltari, welcome in. Glad to see you. For those just coming in, we are playing Important Questions made by the amazing Jack Rosetree. This is a fantastic party game if you want to argue with your friends or just make up really silly questions and have a good time. Kosima, the lowest number is 2.3, the highest is 8.7, no ones or nines, and you cannot repeat.
If somebody's asked that, I'm already doomed.
This is why we're here. We're just backing each other up, you know?
I'm sorry, but with this single question, you have created what will inevitably turn into fan fiction.
Oh yeah, somebody has already Rule 34'd this. Like, absolutely has done it already.
Some might
man.
say that was my goal from the beginning.
This is just a random Rule 34 generator, right?
Yeah.
See,
New name.
yeah,
New marketing opportunity.
No more important questions. Rule 34, the game. There you go, Jack. Done. You can have that one. I don't need royalties. It's yours.
I originally met Jamie more directly through Protospiel.
Mhm.
And at the time, Jamie gave me an idea for this game in particular without realizing it. I want to create a variant of this game where some of the players have no special rules, but other players have secret rules they have to follow, and they are actually AI units. And at the end of the game, you have to figure out who the AI units are.
Oh, that's
So, like, your rule might
hysterical.
be that you have to play your numbers sequentially, and so you're still arguing for it. But somebody could be like, "You played all of your numbers sequentially. You're definitely an AI."
Oh,
That's amazing.
That'd be a
I love
good like expansion to this.
Mhm.
Yeah, there it is. That came from the idea that a friend of mine talked about, an idea for a social deduction game where everyone is playing the role of a gorilla scientist, like a researcher studying gorillas. And they all travel across the world to go to different gorilla conventions. And they finally reunite years later, except something's amiss. They all had to put on gorilla suits and like live in the gorilla habitats to learn about the gorillas.
Mhm.
And they all finally reunite at their 10-year reunion, but something's amiss. Some of them are not scientists wearing gorilla costumes. Some of them are actually just gorillas. And you have to figure out who the gorillas are.
I love that. Oh, I absolutely love that.
That's so good.
All right.
I have no idea how it'll work, but that was the idea.
It's so good.
Yeah. Every time I hear the premise, I can't not laugh.
Yeah, as a pitch, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We'll go with Jonathan. What do you got?
All right, so just to clarify, the more inaccessible it is, the higher the rating I should give it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
My interpretation was the accessibility is the rating. So inaccessible is lower.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm so glad
I was
we
confused
clarified
about
that.
that, so I want
Yeah.
to clarify.
I definitely wrote my number down in like the other way. Okay.
Your way actually makes way more sense. I'm just gonna take my licks.
But
Because I'm asking how inaccessible is it, and the
Right.
rating refers to how
here's
inaccessible.
the
Yeah,
best part about
very
this game.
inaccessible.
Here's the best part about this game. Like, just as you're seeing now, like, interpretation is everything about this game. But the fact that the rating that Jamie has was completely randomly generated is going to be where the arguments come from.
All
I
right.
failed us all. Don't worry.
So,
Oh,
so
here we
Jonathan, with that clarification in mind, what would you like to make your rating?
So with that clarification in mind, I think I want to make my rating a 3.2. I'm gonna reverse it.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I'm basing that entirely on the documentary, several documentaries, but mostly Terminator 1, which is a scholar robot learning about friendship.
Oh, that is great. Oh
Okay.
my goodness, that's fantastic. I didn't even make that correlation. That's fantastic. That's so good.
And there's evidence of how inaccessible
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
T800 or whichever version it was.
Well, we've
All
learned
right.
we've learned something today, folks.
All right, Joe, what would you like to make your rating?
I don't know if Jonathan and I are on the same wavelength here, but I was not too far off with 3.4. Kind of for the same reason, like, you know, super inaccessible, sour robot. Like they're not gonna want to give you the time of day, so it had to be super low.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Bender is another good example, right?
Yeah. Okay, that question is literally Bender.
All right. I went with 4.8
Okay.
because I felt like I constructed a story around this robot, which is like, yes,
Not
it's
based on
inaccessible.
facts like mine.
Yes, it's inaccessible, but
based on the fan fiction.
the whole point is that through that inaccessibility, it learns that friendship is the way to go. So it's inaccessible, but it'll get there.
I
It will
feel-
get there.
I would argue that is a robot that has learned about friendship and is not in the process of learning about friendship.
I think
Okay.
You're
depending
rating
on
the
where
end.
they are in the
Yeah.
timeline of learning to learned, I think is where those numbers come from.
I
And
agree.
that's why this is the question that I posed, and my number was 4.2.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So Jack gets a point, and I
Okay.
get
2
a
points.
2 points. Boop. And then that's it. That's the whole thing.
All right.
Someone
so,
matched my tenths. Jonathan matched my tenths, but that's not enough for a point.
No.
It should be. I would like a
Alright.
point, please.
All right. So what have we learned? What have we learned from this last question? Terminators can love too. The more you know.
Yeah. Terminator's a documentary.
Terminator
Yeah.
is a documentary.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, Joe. It is up to you. You are now Jonathan is the direction I'm going. So,
Ooh, nice try.
And we are going that the higher, the more the first thing is, right?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
All right. And I just need to fix something real quick, so I will be right back.
Bye.
All right.
Oh, I'm still
All right,
here. I
Dad's
can still
gone.
hear
Let's
you.
party.
No, Dad's not gone.
Fine. Damn it.
This is not the first time, Jamie.
Now, some next level strategy in this game is that you can look at the cards that were left behind, and based on the qualities of those cards, you can make some assumptions about whether something might be higher or lower.
Gotcha.
There we
You
go.
lost me at strategy. I'm not going to lie.
All right. Let's
At no
see.
point ever did I ever assume there was strategy involved in this game.
I also want to thank Cosmina for participating with a 2.8, but that was very low in accessibility for said robot.
I mean, at least we were all thinking low, so that's, fair.
Yeah. Once somebody clarified how we were answering the question.
Ooh, I take an amount of credit.
All right. Jonathan, would you like to read your question for the audience?
Yes. So, how fancy is a fossilized game show host?
What?
On the traditional rating of 2.3 to 8.7 that we all know and love,
Right.
Oh
how fancy?
Oh my
My-
god.
gosh.
All right.
Yes.
Joe, you will be answering this first. I can't wait to follow that.
Yeah.
Emotional damage.
That's all I have to say. Okay. Let's see.
Was that trauma incarnate?
That
the
was
sound effect?
definitely trauma incarnate. All right, so a fancy fossilized game show host. Well, if they're fossilized, they're not doing very much. But are we talking like Han Solo in Carbonite, or are we talking ancient caveman dinosaur. Like, there's so many.
Was Han
possibilities.
Solo a game show host that I was not aware of?
I would also argue he's not fossilized. He was carbonated.
Oh. Yeah, but I mean,
We're learning so much about classic movies today.
That must have been in the
educational
comic
game.
books that I didn't read.
there we go. Now this should work.
Where Han Solo
The
runs
more
a
you
game
know.
show.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Well, again, for a fancy fossilized game show host, I'm assuming they're in like a suit, because like 80s, 90s game show hosts, they were pretty dapper. So they have to be somewhat fancy. So I'm going to go a little high, and I'm going to say 6.2.
I like how you went to 80s and 90s. Like, that's all it takes to be fossilized now.
Well,
Now that we're in 2000.
I went to 80s and 90s as far as like the comparison for a game show host.
That's
So
fair.
what
That's
was
fair.
your score?
6.2.
6.2. Okay. I went a bit higher because game show hosts nowadays I feel like are like t-shirts and shorts game show hosts, but game show hosts that were game show hosts at a time when they could have become fossilized wore like full suits, engaged in questionable physical contact with their guests. They were very formal with everybody. They referred to people by ma'am and miss and that sort of thing. So I went with a 7.8.
Ooh, even higher than me. Okay. Jonathan says, I don't English rules words good. Oh, that's great.
All right, Jamie.
All right. So yeah, I too am up there. I'm in the mindset of thinking of, I immediately jumped to things like Wheel of Fortune and whoever that guy is, and Vanna White, and especially Jeopardy. And I'm thinking about Alex Trebek and his persona, his personality, and his appearance. And so I went with a 6.8. Oh, here we go. With an extra rest in peace, Alex Trebek.
Oh, what? I like
little
that
tribute.
answer. I absolutely love that answer.
Let's see how well it matches.
However, it's not going to count because you did not answer in the form of a question.
That's true.
Oh no!
Disqualified.
Done in by my
Opportunity
own
missed.
So I pictured a fossilized Drew Carey propped up in the corner of my house, and I was like, damn, that's pretty fancy.
Drew Carey? Oh, because he's not just it anyway. Oh
And
my
the
God.
price is
But
right.
also,
And the
like,
price is
as a
right.
house adornment.
Yeah, like, I mean, if it's fancy, right? It's something you're going to display.
Oh my goodness.
I was imagining seeing this person in a museum. Like,
Also a museum. I mean, that would still
Yeah.
be fancy.
See,
There's
which
lots
goes
of
back to
fancy stuff
Han
in
Solo.
museums.
It belongs in a museum. Indiana Jones.
Oh my God.
you have some very
Incredible.
specific interior decorating taste that I did not expect.
And now I have very specific fan fiction that I'm writing.
Oh my
Entire
goodness.
process of
So good.
But
It all comes back to Rule 34
Yeah.
in the end.
exactly. It was a 6.0.
All right.
Nice.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Nice.
That was a bit high.
I'll take my 6.0 and run.
You had 6.2.
6.2.
So real close.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad.
So that's 1 point for me, 2 points for Joe,
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
4 points for Jonathan.
Yep, that sounds right.
Yeah, yeah,
Or
yeah.
Joe can take an extra spin.
Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know,
Yeah.
but if I go over $1, I'm gonna lose everything.
Risk.
Oh,
All right.
perfect.
All right.
Uh,
So
And Jack, I
now,
gotta let you know, I'm very angry that I can't use all three prompts on the same card ever.
I know, right? 'Cause some of these cards are
I-
fantastic.
How
I
round
have
is a robotic ostrich is just done. Like, I want to put that card out.
yeah, so I've kind of left it open. Like, if somebody really wants to just use the questions as they are on the cards, that's fine. But the space gives you a lot of options. All right, Joe. would you like to come up with your random
Yep,
target number?
I went to random.org and went to a decimal generator. So
beautiful.
Okay. Perfect.
I've got one because obviously I cannot show the random number generator on screen because then everybody will know. But I do have my rating.
All right.
I'm sure Twitch chat would all close their eyes during that part.
Oh yeah, nobody would stream snipe at all. And Cosima, just
people
to
don't do that.
Address this. So we actually talked about this before we went live. Totally unintentional that all four of our names begin with a J. So we were gonna
theme stream.
We were gonna come up with a rule that if your name did begin with J, you couldn't be in chat today, but we decided to forego that. So
I would say J is the most 2.3 to 8.7 of all the letters.
And thank you for that follow, Jonathan. Much appreciated.
Follow.
Absolutely. All right.
While you think of your question, I'm going to update everyone on what the current scores are. So I have 3 points, and Joe has 4 points. I'm right behind Joe, who is right behind Jack at 5 points, who's right behind Jonathan at 6. It's neck and neck, kind of. And all 4 of these numbers are in the game, so nobody is DQ'd yet.
There we go. Okay, here we go. I think I've got this.
All right. Lay it on us.
All right. My question is, how tame is a corporate jar of pickles?
Okay.
Hey, Barbed Wire, welcome in. Hey, no worries with the caps lock. You're all good, my friend.
Jar of pickles.
Yes. How tame is a corporate jar of pickles?
Okay.
I really feel like we need to know what department.
And what flavor of pickles? Are we talking bread and butter?
Like, are these HR pickles?
Let's
are these?
Let's go with like Willy Wonka pickles.
Willy Wonka pickles?
Wow.
That took a turn.
Yeah, I mean, that place is a corporation by the thinnest of justification.
I mean, it is a corporation still, just saying.
In all but name.
See, Barbed Wire's got it. HR pickles have no chill, so definitely not HR pickles. But let's see, department jar of pickles. I mean, not HR, because HR is just, out there. But this is like,
as we all know,
this is maybe like logistical pickle. Yeah, logistical pickles.
All right, so we're talking logistical Willy Wonka pickles.
Yes, like Oompa Loompa pickles. There you go.
But what flavor of pickles?
You get nothing. You lose.
Oh, wow.
Good day, sir.
You had that ready to go?
Yep.
Are you kidding me?
I have lots of things ready to go. I'm
Rest in peace, Gene Wilder, too. Good Lord, that guy was awesome.
Rest in peace.
Woo. We're talking fancy game show host.
What game show did Gene Wilder host?
There's fan fiction. I'll link it later.
Back to rule.
I'm writing it right now.
It's being written right now.
You know what, Jamie? I got one for that too.
Stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not going to happen.
Oh my god. So speaking of anime, the English dub of My Dress Up Darling uses the word, like the Amelie who's playing the voice of the main character, Marin, says fetch unironically like 17 times in the dub. It's incredible.
That's funny.
It's so good.
For my wife's birthday, we went and saw Mean Girls the musical in town.
Oh, how was that?
Okay.
It was good. It was very good.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. There were a lot of people there in pink.
Yep.
All right. So, how tame is a corporate jar of pickles? I think a regular jar of pickles is not super tame. Like, especially if it's a good jar of pickles. You got sour. They got some tang to them. But in the corporate environment, they got to keep it buttoned up. So I'm going with a 4.7.
Okay.
For buttoned up pickles.
That's pretty good. I like that.
All right. I took this Willy Wonka pickles to heart. So logistics, very boring department. So you got to balance out your universe by going wild on the weekends. And you got to also consider that the Willy Wonka pickles are going to be the wildest of all. Definitely have to tone it down 5 days a week, but I was accounting also for the weekends, so I went with a 6.4.
All right, okay, not bad. All right, Jonathan, what do you got?
All right, so I was going high originally until you reframed it as Willy Wonka. So when you did that, I switched to a 3, an even 3.
Even 3.
I mean, I feel like Willy Wonka clearly does not have an HR department. Nobody's like filed any complaints against these pickles. Nobody has asked them to bring it down a notch.
Oh my goodness, that's not.
So I think these are not tame at all.
All right, not tame pickles. Well, you'll be happy to know that Jack and Jamie were definitely way more in the ballpark. It's actually 5.7.
Wow. All right.
So there you
Close.
go. 5.7.
There I go. I did it. I did it at all. That's what I meant.
That's okay.
So, did anyone get points?
I don't think anybody got points on that one.
Yeah, I don't think anybody got points that round.
Brutal. This game is imbalanced.
Cosima says, I bet his pickle
I'm going
jars
to
are
rate it
all
on
neglected
BGG.
due to his candy fetish.
If you want to go through the process of adding it to BGG so that you can rate it, I'm more than happy to let you do that.
That's what I really do whenever I play the prototype.
But that rating can only be between 2.3 and 8.7. You can't have repeating digits and no ones or nines.
I've already
Once
written
it goes higher or lower, delete the page.
Yeah, delete the page.
Yeah, I've already written a request to BGG to redo the rating system on a 2.3 to 8.7 scale.
Awesome. They really need to work on that.
Realistically, all games are between those ratings anyway.
Yeah.
The Baker Meeple, my better half. Welcome in, my dear.
Bacon meatball.
All right. I'm going to go with how annoying is a time traveling social media influencer?
Oh my
God. What have you
Oh
done?
my! What's the highest number you can pick? It's 8.7.
Yes.
Oh, this is
And I expect this to be 8.7, 8.6, 8.5.
yeah, this is
All right.
this is gonna be an interesting one. Oh my goodness.
I wrote down 0.5, but I'm not. No, I gotta go max. So, a social media influencer's entire job. Did I say that word right? I promise I'm not drunk.
I think you did.
I'm just bad at words.
I'm pretty sure you did. You're good.
An SMI's job is basically to be obnoxious. That's what they do for attention. You go to YouTube, you look at how many hate videos there are of things. That's what influencers do in this day and age. And if someone were a time-traveling social media influencer, they could go in the future and see what all those trends are. Perhaps even influence them. Wink. Go back in time and be at the forefront. And then, oh man, you let that get to your head and it's just a combination of awful, awful things. 8.7. That's my answer.
Wow.
All right.
Went with the max. Okay.
Crank that heck up.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to go 8.5. I'm going to drop it down by 0.2. And I'm going to add, I would go up if I could. But also, how annoying are time travelers? They're also smudge. They're always like,
Right?
I don't have time to explain. Well, I don't understand. Like, make time to. You're a time traveler.
That's what I'm
Don't
talking
bag
You
about.
out.
have way more time than I do.
Yeah, you could have had 3 more minutes to explain this plot to me. Don't say this bullshit.
It's your fault you showed up so punctually.
Exactly. Like
I would be instantly frustrated with them.
right? Pulling some Gandalf. I showed up exactly what I meant to, kind of stuff. You know.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I went.
But at least Gandalf's cool, so.
That is true. So I went just a tad bit lower, but still on the high side. I went 8.3. Definitely annoying, but I don't think maxfully annoying.
I want to stress that we're really gaming the system here with the 0.2 difference between
Right.
we figured it out. We're game designers. We know what's up
getting
here.
points.
I'm not doing any of this 0.1 bullshit. It's gonna be 0.2 every time.
Exactly.
Well, you can't do a 0.1.
Yeah, you can't do a 0.1.
Oh, I see a 0.1 difference.
Yeah.
No point in that.
No point in that at all.
My randomly generated number was 8.5.
Wow. Wow. Crushed it.
I would like to thank
right.
the randomization of the cards, because there are very few questions I think I could have so strongly gotten everybody to react to as annoying I'm grappling social media influencers. I also just imagined this social media influencer who goes back in time and does selfies in front of historic events in just the worst possible kind of way.
Right. And welcome in AMD Jeffrey. Welcome in. They say I need this game. I agree. This is a great like icebreaker. Like it totally sparked conversation because it's so random.
Oh my lord.
Swoop, welcome in, my friend.
I don't even need the game. I'm just going to do this at parties now. Thank you for the inspiration.
Yeah, right. You don't even need the cards. Just be like, hey, like how random is a gummy bear dinosaur? Just rate
it. Just tell me a rating.
Yeah, just give me something.
Why would you not rate this on a 2.3 to 8.7?
Yeah, those are the only numbers I understand.
Exactly. I don't understand anything higher than that or lower. You don't understand the education system I was in. They were very strict.
Oh gosh. All right. So full disclosure, my first random number was the exact same as last time, so I picked a new one. Randomly.
If I could remember what your number was last time, that would
I don't
influence
remember
my
what
decision.
your number was. I totally don't remember that it was like 6.2 or something. It wasn't.
It is Lost to Time. All right.
Of course!
Of course.
One thing I gotta throw out is that Screen Top is smartphone friendly. So if you pull this up in random places and create weird questions, that is an option.
Yep, you totally can. If y'all want a link to the game, you can go ahead and do !game, and all the info is there for you.
All right.
And I will say the original name of the game was How I See Is a Mile Illinois Platypus. Because that was just the question that came up when I did a randomizer for the first time.
But you're going to be changing it to Rule 34 of the game, right? Because it fits.
Yeah, the fan fiction generator machine.
Exactly. See, there's another great name.
All right. I have a very important question for you all. How unique is the very first platypus?
The very first platypus. Wow.
The very first one. How unique is it?
Like when
how unique was it? Is another one.
Yeah, like when were platypi discovered? Like that's gonna take account in this rating.
But I would argue they probably existed before they were discovered.
Right.
This is true.
I feel like I would have a better sense of this if I had seen that documentary that you were talking about earlier.
Terminator.
Terminator.
For those of you who might not know, I have some platypus facts. Platypi, plural. One of only two mammals that lay eggs.
Mm-hmm.
They have 3 rows of teeth. That one I'm actually not 100% sure of. This one I am though. They have a poisonous barb, like a spiky barb, that slides out from behind their back right foot, and that's it. None of the other feet have it. Only their back right foot has this weird poisonous barb. And they also something about how they're both amphibian and mammal or something or other. I don't know. I fell asleep in science class recently. Platypi are weird.
They are definitely weird.
I would prefer the plural platypes.
I think it's platypodes.
Platypus!
I have no idea.
All right. Jonathan, how unique is the very first platypus?
Oh, 8.5. I mean, they broke the mold.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, there was nothing like it before until 1910.
You have a poisonous barb that slides out from behind your right heel?
I think he does now.
Not anymore.
I think not. Yeah. I got rid of London with human.
Man, we're just learning all sorts of stuff today.
Right. Listen, I know things.
The more you know.
The more you know. It cracks me up that you just use like little emojis instead of the gift that everyone knows.
because it's funnier that way. At least I think so.
Oh my god!
It's legally distinct.
Yeah, see, Jack gets me. I mean, I'm already ripping off the soundbite. I gotta do something original.
That's fair. That's fair. That's what the internet is being original. All right, Joe, it's your turn. How unique is the very first platypus?
I think they're unique, but not super unique. But I did still kind of go high. I went 7.6.
All right.
I'm going to go the opposite direction. It is very first, but there have been a lot of copies since then. Like, it's like if you go back and watch like Evangelion, and you're like, this is full of a bunch of tropes. Like I've seen them a million times over. It's like, yeah, like they've all been copied. It was unique. It's not anymore. So the platypus pretty unique. Not unique anymore. So I'm gonna go with like a 5.5.
Can you put off your top 5 favorite platypus tropes?
Ooh, yeah, right now, immediately.
No, the ones that we're looking at.
I'm thinking like
those are bullshit.
Everyone laying eggs. Everyone.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, we're getting raided. Welcome in, Eat Crit Survive. Thank you very much for that
Oh
raid.
my gosh.
For those that don't know me, I am Joe, aka Phantom Meeple. I'm a variety streamer here on Twitch. I do both video games and board games, and today we are showcasing important questions made by the amazing Jack Rosetree. And if my guests want to introduce themselves, starting with Jack and going to the right, please feel free.
Yeah, I'm Jack. I make weird games. We've been having completely normal conversation this entire time. Welcome.
Nothing weird has happened.
Not at all.
Nothing weird's going on at all. And I'm Indianapolis-based.
All right.
Jamie?
Me. So my name is Amy Sabriel Fledz. I'm also a game designer. I'm based in the Boston area of Massachusetts. And I also have totally normal conversations all the time.
Fantastic. And Jonathan?
I'm Jonathan Gilmour. I'm a board game designer from Ohio, and I'm definitely not part platypus.
Right.
Definitely not part platypus. Once again, thank you, Eat Crit Survive. Let us know what y'all were doing over there today. Hopefully it was something amazingly fun as the clip plays for them.
That's incredible. All right, so we have your ratings. Let me tell you, the number that was randomly generated was an 8.3.
Wow.
Jonathan is way too good at this game.
Wow.
30,
With that,
32 on the second. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
2 more points.
I like judging things.
There it is. And that's 4 for me.
I mean, it shows. That was a fantastic guess.
Heck yeah. Joe, you were close, but not close enough, my
I
friend.
know, not close enough. Ecrit Survive says we just wrapped up playing Quacks of Quedlinburg. Now, there's a fantastic game.
Ooh.
Nice.
That game has bags.
Yes,
And
it
things
is.
that look kind of like the platypus barb. Those mandrakes, they look like the platypus barb that's on its back right foot.
I do love me some Quacks of Quedlinburg. Amazing bag building game. So much fun.
Heck yeah.
Let's see. Wow, that's an old clip of us, our old D&D campaign pre-pandemic. Wow, so Twitch pulled a random one for you. That's awesome. Anyway, welcome in and appreciate, and once again, appreciate the raid.
Heck yeah.
All right, so
Party has begun.
whose question is this?
I believe it's mine now, correct?
Yeah, it's on Jonathan. I would like to say that the question, how average is a socially awkward horror movie fan, is about my wife.
See, now why? See, that would be a great as a question by itself. The fact that you have to break that up is just heartbreaking because it's perfect. It's so perfect.
Oh, beautiful.
All right, let's see.
All right, here we go. Let's see. I have to go, but the sound issue is making it hard to listen to. I'm going to go. All right. Thanks, Cosima. I appreciate you hanging around. Sorry that the sound is just being wonky today. Don't know why
Oh
it's
no,
being
the
wonky.
sound.
No.
That's never a good thing.
Always a bad thing.
We'll have to re-record the
Unlike
stream
Rule
with the
34.
exact same questions.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
We'll have
Yep.
to redo this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But you
y'all
random
still have
numbers.
the script, right?
Oh yeah, totally. Totally still have
Yeah.
I'm not writing a new one.
Oh my goodness.
All right, John, would you like to ask your question of the party?
Yeah, so my question is, how great is a horse-mounted stage magician?
Oh, wow.
How great are they?
Okay. All right. We really have to dive into Jonathan's psyche here and figure out how much does Jonathan enjoy stage magic.
And equestrian
Yeah.
activities.
Yeah,
that
it's
is-
specifically dressage.
Oh my goodness.
The problem wasn't the horse. The problem was that you're doing up close hand magic.
And nobody's done up-close dressage before. You always do that at a distance.
That's real dangerous.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Oh my gosh. I suppose great can be interpreted in one of a few ways.
Yeah.
I'm interpreting it in this way, and I will die on this hill when we get to me.
All right, Joe, what do you got?
I think I kind of went like right in the middle as far as greatness, because you know magicians can either be really great or really really cheesy. Hey Ann, welcome in. Yeah, I don't know why the sound is so staticky. That's so weird. I'm gonna have to check that out later. But yeah, I went right in the middle. I went 5.7.
Okay. I'm going extra high because at the point at which somebody has invested in horse-based like animal activities along with the stage magician, I'm assuming the stage magician is pretty good. So I'm just gonna go straight 8.7, all the way up there.
Wow. Maximum.
Okay.
All right.
I mean,
So
the horse is also trained to deal with like pyrotechnics.
It takes a long time to train a horse to do that. So when you ask me how great is a horse-mounted stage magician, great is I'm interpreting it not as the magician's skill, but what the spectacle is. Major spectacle. 7.8 was my rating.
Ooh.
Because I think that it is just so spectacular that someone would attempt that.
Okay. Okay.
So that's my...
I don't know how I did so poorly as the researcher, but it was 4.6.
Whoa!
I feel like regardless of the skill level of the magician, the challenge of riding a horse on a small stage is going to make the magic not very great.
See, I was thinking the magic was outside.
I thought the magic was in you all along.
Yeah.
Let's see. It says
I was
real
gonna
magic
use-
seems to be my guess. Oh, okay. So let's see if I can mess with that sound a little bit. Anyway,
I was
keep
going to
going,
go with
y'all.
how average is, because I was like, oh, 4.6 is almost right in the middle.
Oh my gosh.
Oh. All right. Well, I see where you went with that. I was assuming that at the point at which you've committed to horseback stage magic, you figured it out.
Oh no, I think it's just a person with two hobbies that decided to combine their.
Oh, incredible.
All right, Joe.
I just turned off my air conditioner. I don't know if that was contributing to the staticky noise, but it decided to run on high randomly. So maybe that'll help. Maybe that'll help. Not as much as a horse-mounted stage magician would help me feel better about my life, though.
Yeah, now watching
probably
that
not.
would be fantastic, but the question is, how great are they?
Well,
Would have been 8.7 if I was watching it.
So much.
All right. So I think some of us are a little time constrained, so we can do this last round with Joe, and then kind of
sounds
say
good.
our goodbyes.
So let me generate.
And then we'll tally up the final scores.
Final scores in this game that definitely the score matters.
It's your final chance to win big.
Yes.
I'm going to trade all
up.
of my points for spins.
Yep. Big bucks, no whammies.
The double Jeopardy bet it all plan. Perfect.
Okay. We really got to come up with a good question here.
Yeah, no pressure. It's just everyone's watching you and waiting for you.
You need to have the perfect question.
Yeah.
Flawless. There is a wrong answer.
All right, I think I've got this. And thank you for the follow, Eat Crit Survive. Much appreciated. All right, here we go.
Crit Survive.
How alive is a perfect
Oh
ghost?
my god.
Oh no.
How alive is a perfect ghost?
There's so many interpretations. Oh no.
I know. This could go amazingly, or this could just crash and burn.
How alive is a perfect ghost?
Is a perfect ghost.
And I assume you have preconceived notions of what a perfect ghost is in your head, and at least a 5-point rating system.
And how alive that ghost would be, I do.
Yeah, that's got to be one of the metrics.
And if if ethereal beings count as alive, does the undead count as life? In a sense, there are too many variables here. I don't like it.
They could. They also couldn't. This is
I want strict binary scales, as my gender identity has made apparent.
Well,
so one thing I'll throw out there real quick.
One end or another.
There is a no market researcher version of this game where everybody's just trying to say the same answer, or be with the community as much as possible.
All right.
And these are simple questions, and your answers are hardly, kinda, a good bit, or very much so. And you just want to be with the majority.
Oh, it's Midwest trivia.
Right.
There you go.
Whew, boy. All right.
It's too funny.
I'm going to go with a 3.7.
Okay.
Because I like there's a few ghosts that I'm thinking of that I'm drawing from. The first is Chris Kattan's character from the revolutionary movie Monkey Bone, which everybody definitely remembers.
Absolutely.
Where he
dozens of times.
Yeah, where Brendan Fraser comes back to life in Chris Kattan's body as a dead gymnast and runs around to save his wife or something. It's been a long time.
If anything, I'm offended you called it a movie and not art.
Yes. I said revolutionary.
That's not enough gravitas.
That was pretty alive despite being dead. And then the other one is the ghost from the very popular movie Ghost, which is also very alive and feels love.
Patrick Swayze, rest in peace.
So 3.7 is where I'm going to put it.
Okay.
All right. When I think of the perfect ghost, I hearken back to my childhood and how warm and loved I felt watching the movie Casper, the Friendly Ghost. And I think to myself, that there is a perfect ghost. None of this scary nonsense. Who wants to scare people? Ghosts are friendly. That's what they're meant to be. So I went with a nice 4.5. Because if a ghost is perfect at being a ghost, they're right there in the middle of alive and dead. But they're trying hard to make you comfortable. Like
Okay.
Casper.
Man, you made me regret my rating now.
Uh-oh. We
Yeah,
throw Jonathan for a loop.
I mean, Joe, you seem like a very sensible person.
Oh no.
You have the 5-point metric.
Love it when an
for
answer starts like
here we
that.
go. Here we go.
what is a perfect ghost. I think it's a 2.3. That's the least perfect ghost, or it's least alive a perfect ghost could be. It's a hard sentence to structure.
Yep, I do like that reasoning. I do appreciate all of your reasonings. However, Jonathan just happens to be a ringer for this game.
Oh, wow.
2.4.
Wow.
2.4. Well done, sir.
Yeah.
Thank
I was
you.
really worried it was going to be one of those, like, a perfect ghost can be kind of alive. If you had said a gigantic ghost, I would have been like, yeah, that's definitely not alive.
Wait,
I don't know.
you would answer in how alive is a gigantic ghost?
Like, for some
It's
reason,
the size of the
perfect.
ghost that determines.
Well, the
Alive?
alternatives, it could have been a city ghost or it could have been a gigantic ghost. And those, I would say, well, a city ghost is probably a little alive. You know,
Yeah.
it's downtown Market Square kind of ghost.
It's got some
But
attitude.
the second you say a perfect ghost, I'm like, okay, this ghost has something going on.
You got to close your eyes and picture your ideal ghost. And you say, is that alive? The answer's got to be no.
Okay.
Yeah. They're not alive. That's kind of what I was going with.
And I would say the monkey bone thing even threw you farther off because you were rating a possession and
That's
not the
true.
ghost itself. You were blinded by Chris Catan, and
I was, as we all should
Aren't
be.
we all? Yeah.
all the time.
Oh
my
goodness. Well, this was
All right.
absolutely fun. So what wound up being the final score? Did we actually have a winner?
All right. Oh, we sure did. All right. So our scores. All right. So we got Jamie, that's me, with 9 points.
Nice.
We got Jack with 13.
Ooh.
Nice.
Joe with 14. And then winner, chicken dinner, Jonathan with 16. I hope I spelled my name right.
Well done.
Extra H.
Oh,
Yeah, 2 H's.
Yeah, it's right. Yeah, 2 H's.
yeah.
Oh, well, this was
Yeah,
fun.
that's it.
Let's go back up to
Yeah.
the main screen here.
Nailed it.
This was absolutely a blast. Jack, thank you so much for introducing your game to us, and fun as always. Like I've already played this once before, and it still is a fantastically good time. You just gotta,
So
you
good.
get the right people, and you can just talk about anything. It's so great.
Oh my god.
Really, really great.
What a blast.
So before we go, one more time, if y'all want to promote whatever you got going on, or where can everybody find you on the internet? Jack, starting with you.
Yeah, I'm Jack Rosetree. I'm also Dino Corgi on Twitch. I don't do streaming. I just am on Twitch. I do various game design stuff at various levels, and I can be found in most of the social media things, but my games in particular are on a new platform called ScreenTop, and they are all free to play, so you can check them out.
And go play them.
And go play them. Free is my
Yes.
favorite number. I'll go play them.
Yes, definitely go play them. Jamie, what about you?
So I am Jamie Sabro Flez. I'm also on all the social media. My company is Triple Rainbow Games. So if you look for Triple Rainbow Games on Instagram or 3X Rainbow Games on Twitter, because I couldn't fit triple, and that's the best I could do. I'm on like a bunch of the game design discords if you're in the game design community or any of that stuff. And my game, Fight Sequence, the tactical head-to-head card battler of psychics thinking about fighting, is also on Screen Top and free to play. And that's what I got.
Awesome. And last and certainly not least, Jonathan.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at John Gilmour, JONGILMOUR, or on any of the other social media, and that's usually where I post stuff that I'm working on.
All right, fantastic. Welcome in, Arrow Bandit. We're just about to wrap up here, but appreciate everybody hanging out today, and this was super, super fun. Let's find somebody to carry this party on to. Let's see, who do I got online right now?
Who we raiding?
Yeah, who we raiding? And I hate that
Throw the people elsewhere.
5 people. It's just, I need more than 5 people. Let's see.
Give me a whole catalog. Give me a Rolodex.
Right? We're going to throw this over to Dutch Yoda because he's playing some Deep Rock Galactic, and that is a fantastic game for those who have not played it. So go ahead and show Dutch Yoda all the love. He is a fantastic person. If you are a subscriber of mine, feel free to use that right there. And if you are a follower, feel free to use that. Oh, and it helps if I spell it right. There we go. Yeah, spelling is important, folks. Remember that.
Perfect.
But yeah, we'll go carry on this party. Once again, thank you to my amazing guests today.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
There we go. And for me, you can catch me. My next stream will be tomorrow over with Amanda Panda over at twitch.tv/Panda Angel 8 for the letter A. We're going to be playing Yokohama with Daryl Andrews. So stay tuned for that at 1 p.m. Pacific tomorrow over on Amanda's channel. And then on Friday, I'll be back with my partner, the Baker Meeple, at 4:30 p.m. Pacific. And we'll be doing Exit the Game, Dead Man on the Orient Express. So lots of fun stuff coming up. Once again, thank you to my guests. We're going to go ahead and get this raid started, and I will catch you all on the flip side. Take care, everybody, and thank you again.
Bye.